limited brands. I think the lesson to be learned there is that you could have a big turnaround that takes off and goes up 6, 8, 10 times, and maybe goes through building a base for a year and a half, and it comes out of it and goes up another 6 or 8 times. That has happened several times in history. So you just keep watching. That's why charts are so much value. This stock comes out, goes up 9 times from 1982, coming out of a cup of the handle. And it sort of had railroad tracks and a climax top there in July of 83. And you build a base for 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18 months, and boom, you come out again and you go up 4 or 5 times. So charts are of value. During that time period that it's going through a year and a half of doing nothing and just correcting and slopping around, you're looking at it, but you're not particularly impressed, and then all of a sudden it starts coming out of it, and you see it building a little handle, and the handle drifts down, and all of a sudden it comes out, it's breaking out, and you've got a whole new base there. And that was a year and a half base, and because of that, you were able to, that stock went from a split adjusted 10 up to 50 pretty fast. And it's because the company had a big turnaround and they ran up so much that they went through an adjustment phase, and maybe the earnings slowed down for a couple of quarters, and then they came right back on again, and it takes off and does it all over again. So if anybody had been in that first move, they sure should have gotten the second move too. I one time missed a stock like that I had been in on the first big move up, and I sold it, and I just was asleep at the switch, and it corrected and slopped around, didn't do much, and then it slowly and gradually worked its way up, and I wasn't paying much attention to it because I'd been in it before and made a fair bit. I just figured it was over with, and all of a sudden it comes out of it and takes off and runs again, and I missed that. And that doesn't happen too often, but I remember that. And I just mentally said, okay, I made this big gain and it's now topped, and I'm not paying too much attention when it's rallying back. You're familiar with the stock if you've been in it before, so you understand what do they do, what do they make, what's going on kind of thing. And that's a lot better than looking at something and you don't even know what it's all about. It's hard when you see a new name coming along and you don't even know what they do or make. I'm not going to buy something just because of a chart. I want to understand what are they making and why should this do so well. You know, if Tesla is going to do all right, well, is this product really great? At least I want to go look at a car or see one going down the street and understand what's behind this. Is it really something unique and neat and nifty? And maybe I know somebody that owns one, or if I can't find out any other way, I just have to go down there and look at the car. So it's a combination of the charts help you, and I think the chart will maybe call your attention to, hey, you better go look at this because this thing is building up something classic. When I see a chart that looks like that, first thing I want to look at is, well, are the earnings there? And they either are or they aren't. If they aren't, I forget it. But if they're there, then I'm looking further. Well, how about the sales, the return on equity, the profit margins, and what is the product? What's driving the sales? If they got something new and something unique, what's going on there? So you got to understand what you have, and the numbers, you're going by numbers. Either the numbers are there or they're not. And I'm not looking for a stock that's going to increase in earnings 10% or 15% or even 20%. I'm looking for somebody that's increasing earnings 40, 50, 60, 80, 100, 150%. If I see 2 quarters in a row up 50 or 100%, something is really going on that's worthwhile. So you're not looking for a stock that'll work. You're looking for one that has got something unique and superior enough that it could be very big. So I'd far prefer to see earnings up at least 40%, not, okay, they're up 15% and isn't that great? It probably isn't going to do much. But if it's up 50% or 100%, wow, there's something going on there, and it may be much bigger than you think, because it's not that easy to show a 50% increase in earnings or 100%. And yet, as an investor, you have the choice of 10,000 different stocks, and there's somebody out there that's making 100%. Now, yeah, you're talking about 1%, so you're looking at the 1%, but they're there. So you'd be better off buying the one that's up 50, 100% in earnings and sales than the one that's up 15%, because it may just doodle around and not do anything, or actually even go down. So it's numbers, and the charts help you. They can call your attention to something, but that's not what makes the stock go up. It's the earnings and the product and the sales. And either they're there and it's working or they're not. I think sometimes people get interested in a company because they say, oh, this is a good stock, or they're impressed by something. And the numbers are okay, but they're not really that great. So the numbers have got to be big, and it may be a name you never heard of before or weren't thinking about. So it's not your favorite goodie, but it's whoever's showing the best earnings and best growth and something new and unique and different that is superior. Either the price is cheaper or the product is far superior, or something, some edge, so that in their particular industry or niche, they should be outperforming all their competitors. A long time ago, I kind of learned that you need to set up some rules. Let's say if you're going to play basketball or baseball or whatever, there are rules to the game. We'll find out what are the rules. So if you're going to be in this, what are the rules, and what are you going to want to look for? Well, you got the general market, and is the market an uptrend or downtrend? If it's falling flat on its face and it's a downtrend, you don't want to be doing much anything. But if it's in an uptrend, you're looking for, well, okay, which companies are doing best? And that's shown by the earnings will be up a lot, and the sales will be up a lot, and the stock will be acting right. So those are all the basics. In baseball, you're looking for, can that guy hit 300, or is he just hitting 200? If he's hitting 200, you're not going to get very far. So everything has numbers attached to it, and you want to deal with the very best that are out there. And if you don't have those numbers and those rules and principles, you're just going by feeling, and that's not very good.